Welcome back to SP Learning Labs Java programming course. In today's video, we are going to learn string methods. We will see how to perform operations on strings using different methods. In the previous video, we learned string pool and string immutability. Now, we will actually start working with strings. Knowing strings is good, using them is powerful. Let's connect this with real world. Imagine a user is filling an application form and enters name like Naveen with spaces before and after. Now we should not store the exact value. We need to clean it, remove extra spaces so data looks proper. Another example, passwords. Sometimes we need minimum length or validation. We use string methods to handle that. So now the question is, how do we remove extra spaces, find length of text, get specific characters? Can we do it manually? That could be difficult and not efficient. So Java provides ready-made methods to perform these operations easily. These are called string methods and we are going to see some of the commonly used string methods. Let's start and see these methods in code one by one. Now let's create a new class string methods demo and click on this main method, click finish. Now here inside this main method we will write all our string methods and we will see examples one by one. First we will see the length method. Here length method returns the length of string, the length is equal to the number. Let's run this and see the output. You can see the output 4. Here we are having Java, so 4 characters, so it returns 4. It counts everything including spaces. What do you think? If we add spaces, will length increase? Let's see it. I will add a space before J and at the end also. Now let's see this, what will be the output. You can see the output 6 because spaces are also counted. Even spaces are characters in string. Now let's move to another method, uppercase and lowercase. Uppercase method converts all the characters in the string to the uppercase. Now let's use the lowercase method. Lowercase method also converts all the characters in the string to the lowercase. Now let's run this and see the output. You can see the output. Here Java is converted to the uppercase and second it is converted to the lowercase. So this is about uppercase and lowercase. Now one more important point. Here original string does not change. A new string is created. Now let's see trim method. Here, if you notice, we have given spaces here before and after Java. Now we will use the trim method to trim that spaces. So trim method removes spaces at beginning and ending, not middle spaces. Very useful for user input. Now let's see this by running the code. You can see the output, the spaces are removed. Next, we will see CharAt method. So CharAt method returns the string at given index. It returns single character, not string. Index starts from 0. So here 0 means it will return J and 2 means it will return V. Now let's run this and see the output. You can see the output. Since here we are having space, that's why here the space is printed. Now let's remove this space. And run as Java application. Now you can see J and V. If the index is wrong, it throws error. What happens if index is 10? Let's see this. So this will give an runtime error, that is string index out of bound exception. Because the length is 4, valid indexes are 0 to 3, but we are giving 10. So index should always be within range. Now let's see the substring method. What I will write here, I will use Java programming. Now substring is used to extract part of string. Important concept, start index is included and end index is excluded. Substring 0, 4 takes index 0 to 3. Now output will become Java. In the next line we use substring 4. Here starts from the index 4 till end and the output will be programming. Let's run this and see the output. You can see the output Java and programming. Next, we will see the contains method. Here, contains method checks whether a value exists inside string and returns true or false. Important point, it is case sensitive. Small Java is not same as capital Java. Now, let's run this and see the output. You can see the output. For the first statement, it is true, and for the second statement, it is false because Python is not there in this string. Now, let's talk about some common mistakes. First mistake, forgetting to store the result. Suppose here if I write h dot to uppercase, and I will print the statement. Now when I run this, you can see Java programming, but it is not uppercase since we are not storing the result. Second mistake is not understanding what method needs. Every method expects something. For example, CharAt. Here, CharAt needs index, and this substring also, it needs the start and end index. If you don't know inputs, you may get error. Third mistake, wrong index in substring. Start index should not be greater than the end index. Suppose if I change this and run, this will throw an exception because indexes are invalid. Another mistake, going out of range. Example, for CharAt, if we pause here, so most errors in strings comes from wrong indexes and not knowing the method. So this is the code part related to string methods. Recap. So far we learned length, case conversion, trim, CharAt, substring, contents. These are simple but very powerful. Important note, one important point, all these methods don't change original string. They create a new object because strings are immutable. Methods return new strings, original stays same. best practices. Now let's see best practices. First, always store the result. Second, understand the method before using. Ask yourself what input it takes, what output it gives. Third, always check indexes. Index should be within range. Fourth, use methods step by step. Don't write everything in one line. It becomes confusing. And finally, always test your code. Print and check output. Understanding the method, then use it confidently. Homework and questions. Before we end this video, I have a small task for you. Don't just watch, try it yourself. Use these methods and write code. Length, to uppercase, trim, CharAt, substring, contents. Try different inputs, give spaces, use small and capital letters. Try different indexes. See how output changes. You will understand clearly. Also try this. Give different values, try different ranges, observe the result and see how it behaves. This makes concepts easy. Now think about this. What does length return? Is it number or string? What does CharAt return? Character or index? What is substring? What does start and end index mean? Does contents method check full match or partial? Do this method change original string? What happens if index is out of range? Try all this yourself. Share your answers in the comment section. If you have any doubts, ask in comments. I will help you. Don't just learn, try and understand. Alright, that's all for today. In the next video, we will learn string comparison. Very important topic. So don't miss it. If you found this helpful, like, share and subscribe to SP Learning Labs. See you in the next video.